physical copy is much better, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So, what are you? Are you religious or anything like that? Sorry?
I'm Orthodox.
Christian.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what got you into reading the Quran then?
Just reading the Bible.
Okay. What do you think about the Bible?
Some things it disproves itself. John 13, 17:3.
Okay.
It disproves the Trinity and everything.
Absolutely. And other verses as well. They disprove God. Jesus being God in any way. Like him being not knowing the hour. How can God not know something? Him praying. Who does God pray to? God. We pray to God. God doesn't pray to anyone, right? So there are so many verses that, as you said, someone who's objective is open-minded. When you're reading, you'll see these don't make any sense. Yeah. Also, the whole concept of the religion doesn't make sense.
The Trinity doesn't make sense to me. When Jesus was on the cross, God asked God why God is killing God.
You see, you're describing Christianity. You are describing. I don't know how some people can believe in Christianity hearing what you just said, right?
Yeah.
So God sent His own Son, who is His own self, to kill Himself to save humanity from Himself.
Yeah.
So this is Christianity. So I don't get sometimes how people can still follow the religion, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying to you. The whole concept itself doesn't make any sense. Saying that we're separated from God, we're sinners. If God wanted to create us perfect, He would have created us perfect. He's not going to create you deficient and then kill His own Son in order to bring you back to. It's just complete nonsense, right? So you see these concepts that don't make sense, they don't exist in Islam.
That's what I'm saying. When I'm reading the Quran, I read Al-Fatiha or something.
Yes, first chapter, yes.
I'm trying to learn that off by heart.
Yes, mashallah. So what's stopping you from being Muslim then?
First, I haven't read enough of it. I want to read the whole thing.
No problem. Do you believe Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God?
Yes.
Okay, so finish reading it then. Because look, if you believe Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God, Jesus is only a messenger. He's not God.
He's a prophet.
Yeah, he's a prophet. He's someone chosen by God, right?
Yeah.
And you believe that this life is a test. We need to do good. We need to obey the commands of God that He sent to us, right? We need to be connected to the Creator, not separate from Him, not just follow our desires, right? If you believe those things, in essence, you believe in what every Muslim believes, right? But it's just what you're waiting for us to finish reading the Quran, right? Which I'm not going to push you to say you take your step right now and become Muslim. Read the Quran, there's no problem. Because the more you read, the more it will make sense to you. Because you're just talking about making sense when you're reading in the beginning, right? The more you read, the more it's going to make sense to you. On the contrary, when you read the Bible, the more it's going to confuse you, right? So it's a complete polar opposite, right? So finish reading the Quran and look, we're here. We're here like 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Come by if you feel like you're ready, you want to accept Islam, you can do it anytime, right? You can also take it to the mosque. Sorry?
You don't have to do it in the mosque.
You don't have to go to the mosque. This is the thing about Islam. In Islam, there's no baptism. There's not like this jug of water thing put on you in this cold. It's just you're gonna say what you believe in your heart, and you become Muslim.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's called the Shahada, testimony of faith. What do you want to say?
What I was gonna say is, my mom, devout Christian, right?
Okay.
She says she doesn't believe in Allah, but that doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
Allah just means God.
Yes.
And Jesus himself, he spoke Aramaic.
Okay.
And in Aramaic, God is Allah or Allah or something like that.
Allah, yeah. Allah, yeah.
So I was like, okay.
So if Jesus was next to her, you would be saying Allah. And you know how he prayed? He fell on his face. Yeah. If you read Matthew chapter 26, verse 39 specifically, it says Jesus fell on his head and he prayed. Fell on his face. Who falls on his face when he's praying? So you tell her, imagine Jesus was next to you. And look. This is what I usually say to the people. Imagine a Middle Eastern man with a beard standing next to you, falling on his face, saying Allah, Allah. What religion is he? But that's Jesus. Exactly. He's a Middle Eastern. Yeah, so tell her, what do you think about that, right? So sometimes, look, when you're raised on something for so many years, it's hard to detach yourself from it. That's why I see the new generation is much closer. Islam is the biggest growing religion anyways. But the new generation is closer to Islam than the old generation. Because the new generation has interacted with many Muslims. You have many Muslim friends. I'm sure you come across a lot of Muslims, right? And the new generation is not stuck in their ways so much as the old generation is stuck in their ways, right? Because imagine someone lives on a farm. He's been growing his vegetables for 50 years. You come to him one day and you say these are poisonous, they're going to kill you. It's going to be very difficult. He's going to say, I've done 50 years work in this farm, right? I'm not going to one day. If you're sincere, you have to be really sincere to detach from that. But step by step, I think if you speak to your mother, it will start making sense there. But it's going to be a gradual thing. It's a gradual process, right?
What I was going to say as well is
Take your time, no problem. MashaAllah, look. This is perfect. It's because people say peace be upon him even. They don't say it in the Arabic. You're saying it in the Arabic, which is the right way, you know.
But
yes.
When I was looking how Christians explain Christianity, you don't believe them, they're very negative.
Yes.
Whereas in Islam, they just say, oh no, this is actually how they said. They spit facts.
Yes.
And then they're like, okay, you're going to cry and go away. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. It is the truth. I don't compromise the truth for anyone.
Yeah.
This is the thing about Islam. Like the disbelievers came to Prophet Muhammad and they said to him, look, you worship God for 1 day or 1 year, we worship your God for 1 day and 1 year. You do this and we will. He said to them, no. Allah revealed in the Quran, you have your religion, we have our religion.
Yes.
Right? Alaikum salam. Okay.
Just 2 seconds.
Allah, he wants to stay a little bit, right? Yes.
Jesus is in the Quran.
Jesus is in the Quran, yeah. He's mentioned by name 25 times.
Yeah.
And by description even more.
Yeah.
Right? And the miracles that he's done, even more miracles he's done is mentioned in the Quran than the Bible.
Yeah.
Like he spoke in the cradle when he was a baby. And this miracle makes a lot of sense. Do you know why? Because his mother, in the Jewish tradition, if a woman commits adultery, what happens to her? She's stoned to death.
Yeah.
Right? And allegedly she was engaged with Joseph. She would be stoned to death, right? Because she committed adultery. But the Bible doesn't give you an explanation for the miraculous birth. Why they didn't stone her to death when they claim that she didn't actually give a miraculous birth? Because the Jews didn't believe her. So they should stone her, isn't it? Yeah. But the Quran gives you the explanation. If the baby spoke in front of the people, then they have no excuse now except to accept that this is a miraculous baby sent by God, right? So you'll find that in the Quran, in chapter that is chapter 19, which is called Mary. So the whole chapter is about Mary and Zechariah, John the Baptist, and Jesus and all of that. So read it, inshallah, right? As I said, I know they're waiting for you, right?
Thank you, man.
So if you have any questions, come back, yeah? When you're ready, come back as well, yeah? See you, no problem.
قال يا عشيرتي جميعكم حتى ابنتي لا أغني عنكم فاعبدوا إلهكم ووحدوا.
إذا أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والتعليق، ولكي يصلك كل جديد اشترك الآن.